Hi everyone. Welcome to my next video. Yeah, I cut off my hair. I had to. My hair, I lost hair while I was going through the liver disease, and I kind of left it alone and it started growing, and it seemed like it was getting thicker, like I was regrowing some hair, but I cut it short because my hair is so fine and so thin that it started getting tangled. Like I would have to brush my hair constantly to keep it from tangling, but it started getting so tangled that I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna chop it off and keep it short because it's just easier to maintain that way. Um, but anyway, I wanted to give an update over the last couple of weeks since I last updated you guys on how I was doing. Um, Up until I would say um, a week and a half ago, things were pretty good. Things were just going normally. And then I started developing these really horrible stomach cramps. Like, no matter what I ate, no matter what I drank, I would develop these awful stomach cramps. I would get nausea, and I would, get like dry heaves, like nothing would come up, but I would be just going through the motions. And I couldn't figure out why. On Friday, not this past Friday, but the Friday before, I developed a fever of 101.6. I did end up calling my transplant nurse, and he said, just monitor yourself and make sure it doesn't get any higher. If it does, call us. And it didn't. In fact, it went away. So um, I was fine as far as the fever went. So obviously, Saturday and Sunday, I couldn't get a hold of my transplant team. But on Monday, I had my blood draw. I went to do that. Wednesday of last week, I was supposed to have an appointment with my transplant doctor, and I was just sick. Like Monday, I was sick. I think I skipped my blood draw on Monday because I was sick. Then Tuesday, I was just feeling like crap. So I'm like, I'm going to go to the emergency room. And my husband, it was like, yeah, we need to take you. Because he would just come into my room and just see me sick as a dog. And so I went for the stomach cramps and nausea and stuff. And so, they did the usual stuff, the blood work, the triage. And they put me on an EKG to monitor my heart because I had just had a transplant. And they found my EKG results to be abnormal. So they're like, okay, we need to admit you because you have abnormal heart rhythm. Um, so they decide that. So obviously they kept me on an EKG. I was admitted to the hospital on Tuesday, and they decided, you know, they try to deal with my stomach cramps and nausea the best that they could. They didn't see anything. They did an ultrasound. They did a um, stuff like that, and they couldn't find anything. So um, basically, whenever I had the horrible stomach cramps, they would give me pain medication. Well, I found out why I was getting those stomach cramps, and it wasn't because of what I was eating or drinking or any kind of stomach virus or anything. It was muscle strain because my new liver and kidney are on my right side. So obviously my right side is going to be more sensitive than my left. So I don't like laying on my stomach. I mean, I don't like laying on my back. So I either lay on my left side or my right side. And um so when I'm laying on my left side, I was laying on my left side and I decided to turn over to my right because my left hip was getting sore. And as I turned over to my right side, I got this really bad muscle pain in my right side. So I stopped immediately and I moved back over to my left and it went away. So I decided to just stay on my left as much as possible. Eventually, I've been able to turn over to my right, which I'm laying on now without problems. Um, so since then, I haven't had any more horrible stomach cramps, nausea, or vomiting. So that was solved. As far as my heart goes, they gave me an ultrasound, which they found some thickening around my heart, which is the sac around your heart. They thought maybe it might be pericarditis, which is inflammation of that sac. So they gave me a heart MRI, which was different than a regular MRI. It was interesting, um, and found that there was no pericarditis. That I'm fine. So I'm like, okay. Um, so that was solved. But I developed a UTI, which is a urinary tract infection. And we found out that that was caused by the urinary stent they left in me from my transplant. I guess when they do a transplant and you're given a catheter, they leave the stent, which is like a tube, in your urethra for like a month or something before they take it out. And that was the cause. So on Thursday, they ended up taking it out and putting me on antibiotics to treat it. And they gave me two options. They said you could take a pill, antibiotic by pill, which will allow you to go home and do the antibiotic treatment at home, or we'll have to keep you in the hospital on IV. And I was like, well, I want to go home. I don't want to stay here. But it turns out the pill was called Cipro, um, which I thought I was allergic to. But I wasn't sure because I did develop a bad allergic reaction not in January ish, February, um, from being on so many medications. Um, well, I developed an allergic reaction from something. I think it was an antibiotic, which one I don't know. But I got these horrible hives, and it was like bright red hives itching like you wouldn't believe. And it lasted, like, even when they took me off the Cipro, it was still there. And then, they told me, oh, it takes a while for the effects to go away of the allergic reaction. So that's what I thought it was. And, you know, obviously, it wasn't, it, I had to still suffer through it. And actually, on my Instagram, I do have pictures of what I looked like from that allergic reaction, what my skin looked like. But even now, that was January, and even now, I'm still having the effects of the Cipro, or of the allergic reaction. I don't know if you guys can see all that white stuff on my arm. That's my skin. That's basically dead skin that's coming off. My top layer of skin is basically molting like a snake from from those hives. And it oddly enough, it's just my arms and legs. Um, my legs still get itchy from the dryness and the skin um, coming off, and it's usually limits itself from my knee down to my feet. So what I do is I exfoliate at least once a day, um, and moisturize. I use like a really thick lotion that will stick to my skin because normally um, my skin is so dry, I can't use thin lotion. My skin will just suck it up. Kind of like dropping water in the desert. The desert will just suck up the water, and that's what my skin does. Um, so when my legs start itching, I have to go through the motions again of exfoliating and putting lotion on. What I'm going to do is starting tomorrow, I'm able to finally soak in a tub. So I'm going to try to see if I can get exfoliating gloves or a mitt and exfoliating body wash, moisturizing body wash, or deep moisture body wash and an exfoliating mitt so I can do it in the tub and then come out and then put the lotion on and allow all of that moisture to seep into my skin. Because it's warm lately. When I go out, I wear tank tops, and all of the skin is just there, like it's visible, and it's a little embarrassing. I mean, I'm already really skinny, and as it is, and then I have all of this skin just coming off my arms, and so it's not the prettiest sight, but it is what it is. Um, Normally, I kind of have to put myself in the position as of, I deserve to go out and do my thing, and if you don't like what you see, then don't look. You know, um, you know, when I had the ascites, I looked like I was carrying triplets. I was a toothpick. I looked like a toothpick carrying triplets, and I would get the stares, and it was annoying. No, I wouldn't care, but normally I don't care, but it's like being stared at constantly gets annoying. Um, so anyway, back to the antibiotic. We decided to take a test run of the Cipro, and it turns out I'm not allergic to it. I was able to make it through Thursday, all of Friday, and Saturday morning with no reaction whatsoever. So they ended up sending me home. So now, I'm better. I don't have any stomach cramps, nausea, or vomiting. My heart's fine. My infection is fine. I'm happy to be home. So I noticed that I didn't have any stomach cramp, any stomach issues in the hospital because I didn't have any soda. But when I came home, I had dinner and I had a soda with it, stomach issues. So I decided to go off soda. I'm also decided to go change my diet, become maybe like 90% plant based, and just save the meat and dairy for special occasions. Um, so anything I buy from this point forward, as far as meals go, is going to be no dairy, no meat. Um, and I have a Kroger and a Walmart close by, which is, which their selection of plant-based foods are pretty good. But my favorite store has always been Whole Foods. And I spoke to a relative of mine, and she's like, you know what? How about I send you $100 every month to help you with your food, which is very helpful. She's like, help you with your food and any other products that you need for yourself, because she understands that my husband basically supports himself, me, and our two kids. I mean, his mother-in-law lives with us, but she gets Social Security, and it's difficult for him to be able to buy me the specific foods I need because he has so many financial responsibilities. So my mom took it upon herself. There, I just revealed the relative, right? My mom took it upon herself to say, hey, I'm going to help you out as much as I can. She's on Social Security too. She's like, but she's like, I'm on Social Security. I have a lot of bills, but your health is important to me. And if helping you means $100 a month, I'll do it. Which I'm grateful for, because then I can sign up for a Amazon Prime membership, and I'll be able to get one or two items from Whole Foods every month to help supplement my diet, which anytime we go out casually or Even at home, my diet will be plant-based. If we happen to go out to a nicer restaurant, or if it's a special occasion, then I will indulge in meat. Probably not dairy so much because I tend to be lactose intolerant, but meat, I will. That's a treat for me, so I will indulge on a special occasion. But otherwise, no, I can do without, as well as do without soda. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm. That's basically been my life the past couple of weeks. And so I think today's Sunday. So yeah, um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to upload again next Sunday just to give you an update on my week. If something major happens between now and next Sunday, I'll do a kind of like a mid update about what happened, but I don't foresee anything big going on, of course. Never know. I still have 8 weeks of recovery to go through. So, and then of course, I'll be on anti rejection medication and doctor's appointments for the rest of my life. Um, so hopefully, I don't have too many more issues. It's kind of like, you know, accommodating yourself to the transplant. It takes 3 months to recover. Your abdomen is really sore. You have the incision, which is shaped like you have the incision in your abdomen, which is shaped like a peace sign. So basically, it goes from here down to about here, out this way, and down this way. And I had my staples and sutures taken out this past week while I was in the hospital. So it's healed enough to not need anything to keep it together, but it's not healed enough for me to return to normal life. It's still super sore. I still have trouble standing up straight because it just hurts. So I kind of realized being in the hospital, slow and steady wins the race. I think I try to do too much. I definitely try to do too much and hurry along my recovery, and it's just going the opposite direction. And I'm actually feeling worse by trying to hurry my recovery along. I need to learn to relax, chill out, stay in bed, don't overexert myself, yet get up, do my thing, go to the store, go to the mall, stuff like that. So once I do that, as long as I can learn to just relax and not try to rush my recovery along, then I should be able to recover faster. But anyway, I'm going to try to post another video next Sunday if I can't say if I'm feeling up to it because I'm never feeling up to it. But I promise, I always promise that I will. So I will, but it's probably going to be like in this position because I don't feel like sitting up because I'm just lazy like that. But I'll post next Sunday, let you guys know how I'm doing. But I guess I will see you guys next Sunday. Okay, bye. Hi guys, I actually forgot to add that I did create a GoFundMe and an Amazon wish list to help with my purchasing of the foods that I need for my new diet. The links to those are in the description. So, I know that when I watch videos, I'm not always looking at the description. I like to just watch the videos. So, in case one of you guys wants to help me out, those are where the links are. So, I'll talk to you later.